Do you want to live in the heart of Charleston, South Carolina, but city living isn't for you? That's totally possible. What most people don't know is that half of Charleston exists in an area called West Ashley. This area is more in line with your traditional suburbia than the 1800s homes you might see downtown. What's up YouTube, it's Shawn, your Charleston realtor, and in this video I want to talk to you about why you should move to one of my favorite areas in the entire Charleston metro, which is West Ashley. This suburb is a diverse area with a variety of home options that are more affordable than you'd find in Mount Pleasant or James Island, while still maintaining close proximity to the Charleston Peninsula. I personally live in West Ashley and I love to call this area my home. So let's talk about what West Ashley is. This area was first settled in 1670, making it the first permanent English settlement in South Carolina, so there's a lot of history here. Fast forward to the 1950s and Charleston is rapidly growing. Industry and people are pouring in. And as Charleston started to expand beyond the peninsula, this is when we really started to see the first neighborhoods being developed here. The area really started taking off in the 70s and in the 80s when I-526 and Sam Renberg Boulevard were completed. Even today, it's rapidly growing with no sign of slowing down. It gets its name because it's west of the Ashley River, which is a large river that separates the area from the peninsula. It's a green area filled with marshes, trees, and tons of parks. It doesn't feel like you're living in a big city, even though half of Charleston's 120,000 residents live here. But did you know that West Ashley isn't actually a city? It's just a district of Charleston that is defined by its location, not the local government. Now that we know what West Ashley is, let's talk about why you might consider living here instead of elsewhere in the Charleston metro. For starters, it has an unbeatable location. It's normally a 10 to 15 minute drive to downtown and only 25-minute drive to Folly Beach, but this is sometimes traffic dependent. This is also going to vary depending on where you live, but residents who live here will tell you that it feels close to everything. With easy access to I-526 and the Savannah Highway, it makes getting around the Lowcountry very convenient. This is an ideal location for those who don't want to deal with the longer commute times that you'd find living in areas like Somerville or Goose Creek, though it does depend on where you're commuting to. With that being said though, the traffic in West Ashley does get pretty bad during morning and afternoon rush hours, especially if you're commuting on Highway 61 or Sam Renberg Boulevard or even Highway 17, which is called the Savannah Highway. But with the growth that Metro has seen over the past 10 years, avoiding traffic is going to be nearly impossible no matter where you go. Whether it's Goose Creek or Somerville or Charleston or Mount Pleasant or Daniel Island, no matter where you go, you're going to find traffic, and the same is true in West Ashley. Though when you do live in West Ashley, you would still be getting to work a lot sooner than if you were to live, say, on Johns Island. Not having a commute is a big reason why people choose to live here and why the area has grown so much over the past few years. Plus, when it's not rush hour, traffic is very minor and you can usually get around pretty quickly. You should also consider moving to West Ashley because of the outdoor activities. With close proximity to the Ashley and the Stono rivers, it makes sports like fishing, kayaking, and boating incredibly easy. This area has freshwater and saltwater spots, so you can catch a variety of different fish if you're an avid fisherman. It also has the Greenway, which is a 10-mile-long walking and bike path that runs almost the entire length of West Ashley. It's absolutely gorgeous, with no mile being the same as the previous one. It cuts through the woods, the wetlands, and even suburban areas with a lot of overhanging trees. The Greenway makes for one of the best walking, jogging, or biking paths in all of Charleston. And if you love going to parks, there is a ton of different ones with no two being the same. I wanted to mention the West Ashley Park because it's actually the largest park in all of Charleston. This park covers 260 acres and has soccer fields, baseball diamonds, and fishing ponds. Youth sports leagues take place here in the fall, so if your kid is into basketball, soccer, flag football, or baseball, then you're in luck. It also has playgrounds and picnic areas, making it a great spot if you just want to get out of the house for the day. Keeping the theme of the outdoors, one of the coolest spots is Magnolia Plantation and Gardens. It has some stunning walking paths and scenery, including the famous White Bridge that you've probably seen in pictures. What's amazing about the gardens is that each area of it has a different aesthetic, and every time I go back, I discover something new. There's also a plantation house that you can explore on the property, so that's pretty cool too. In 2024, the tickets cost $35 a person for adults and $21 per child, but you can get an annual pass for only $175 that covers year-long admission for 2 people. That's actually what my wife has done, and since we live only minutes away, this is a super low cost and chill activity that we can do. Another cool place to visit is Charlestown Landing. This is the site where English settlers first established Charleston back in 1670. You can explore beautiful gardens and learn more about the area's history at the museum there. You can walk through reconstructed era-specific buildings, walk the deck of an old sailing ship, or take photos next to old cannons. If visiting friends or family appreciate history, going here is a must. Charlestown Landing also has the Animal Forest, which is a 22-acre zoo which allows you to see wildlife that live here. It's pretty neat. If you love golf, then Shadow Moss Plantation Golf Course is here, and you don't need to be a club member to golf there. Some other cool things that happen in the area are the farmers markets and the community gatherings like the Carolina Bay Movie Night, so there's plenty to do in West Ashley. Shifting gears, let's talk about shopping and food options in West Ashley. Charleston is a huge city in terms of population, but the peninsula itself has been fully developed. Modern amenities such as supermarkets and restaurants can't really exist in any sizable number downtown just because of the space and the cost limitations. As a result, the natural progression was for most restaurants, supermarkets, and stores to open up shop in West Ashley in order to serve both the peninsula and the suburb. This is a huge plus if you're considering West Ashley. You'll never have to leave the area to find what you're looking for. Popular grocery stores here include Publix and Harris Teeter and Walmart and all your food lines, but what is cool about West Ashley is that we also have a Costco and a Whole Foods. These options give West Ashley a leg up compared to other areas because the only other Costco or Whole Foods in the entire metro is Mount Pleasant. There's also plentiful shopping opportunities with huge stores at the Citadel Mall, Ashley Crossing, and the West Ashley Circle outside of Grand Oaks, just to name a few. Also, pretty much the entirety of Savannah Highway has shopping and restaurant opportunities on both sides of the road for literally 8 miles, so you'll always be able to find somewhere to go. Charleston is a foodie's paradise, and West Ashley is no different. You don't need to go downtown to have an amazing meal, although you could very quickly. If you are looking for authentic international foods, there are some awesome Asian, Mexican, and Indian spots to go in West Ashley. It wouldn't be the South if we didn't have incredible barbecue and seafood options as well. One of my favorite barbecue places is Swig and Swine, right off the Savannah Highway. It's tough to beat. And if you're looking for amazing Mexican food, then you have to try El Molino. They have the best tacos in the entire area, and it's also a Mexican supermarket. So if you're looking for authentic ingredients, you can find them here. So this wouldn't be a living in Charleston suburbs video if I didn't touch on the real estate market. This area is a melting pot for different homes and home prices, so you should be able to find what you're looking for. If you want an older, more affordable ranch home, there are plenty of options. If you have the means for a large, modern home overlooking stunning marshes, then West Ashley has those too. From condos and townhomes of all ages to small single-family dwellings to master planned communities and massive multi-million-dollar estates, this area pretty much has it all. Because it's such an old area, the zoning laws here are like the Wild West. This can get a little confusing, so bear with me. Take a look at this map. Every part of land you see within those red outlines has been incorporated into Charleston City. The houses outside the red lines are in the jurisdiction of Charleston County, so it's really a coin flip. I would say there isn't a benefit of owning a home within the city's jurisdiction unless you just want to pay more in taxes and have more restrictions. On the flip side of this is also the case for older commercial districts in the area, which is why some of the businesses tend to have an older look. Since there really hasn't been any consolidated city planning in West Ashley due to the chaos of the city and county jurisdictions, some places just don't make sense. This area might not have the refined look that Mount Pleasant or Daniel Island has, but that's what makes it so charming. This is slowly changing though, with some older areas getting renovated or rebuilt, so it's getting better year after year. I like to divide West Ashley into two sides, east of I-526 and west of I-526, with the east side being the older side. As a rule of thumb, the further east you go, the more expensive the home will be because of the proximity to the beach and the peninsula. On the flip side, you get more bang for your buck the further west you go. As of August 2024, the median sales price for single-family detached homes was just over $525,000, and the median sales price for a townhome or condo was $362,000, according to our MLS data. I can't stress this enough. You can find what you're looking for in West Ashley. It's just all about location. Now, let's talk about popular neighborhoods. On the east side of I-526, there isn't a lot of new construction, but neighborhoods in this area have been redeveloped over the last decade. Some of the more popular neighborhoods are Avondale and Burns Downs. These neighborhoods are right in the heart of West Ashley and have a prime location. In Avondale, prices start in the 600s, but you can easily reach closer to $2 million. If you're looking for a similar location to Avondale, but at a lower cost, I would probably recommend an area like Burns Downs. Homes here tend to be from the 50s and the 60s, but at a much lower price point. Ashley Hall is another great neighborhood on the east side that has older brick ranch homes that start in the 400s. This area is a great middle ground for the two sides of West Ashley with its prime location. It's also going to be close to Sam Randburg Boulevard, so it's really easy to get around. Now, on the west of I-526, there's this conglomerate of older neighborhoods called Long Branch, Shaftesbury, and Melrose. These neighborhoods are just off Highway 17 and pretty close to I-526. Some of the most affordable houses in all of West Ashley are in this area. You're mostly looking at older brick ranch homes in the 300s and the 400s. Another older west side neighborhood that was built in the 80s with a modern style is Sylvan Shores. These homes were built in an era of funky home building, which some people absolutely love. If you're someone who complains about the proverbial cookie cutter home, then Sylvan Shores is the exact opposite of that. What's great about this area is that it has a lot of beautiful marshfront views, which makes it super popular. For newer homes on the west side, you have a lot of options. Just to the west of Long Branch is Carolina Bay, which is a huge development of relatively newer construction homes. Pulte was supposed to be adding a new phase of homes in this area, allegedly this year, but I've yet to see it. A lot of these homes in Carolina Bay were built in the 20-teens and early 2020s, so the floor plans are functional and modern, but at the expense of the neighborhood doesn't have that mature feel. The price point for homes in this area are in the high 400s all the way up to the 600s. This road right here that runs north and south on the western part of West Ashley is called Bees Ferry, and there's some really popular neighborhoods just off of it. The major ones are Shadow Moss Plantation, Grand Oaks, and Grand Bees and Hunt Club. Shadow Moss is the oldest out of all of them, with the homes being built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but houses in this area are large with interesting floor plans. This is the golf course community I talked about earlier in the video, so there's an HOA. Grand Oaks is just to the south of it, with most of these homes being built in the early 2000s, so it's definitely a newer community with a lot of amenities. People love living in Grand Oaks because it's established and in close proximity to grocery stores and restaurants. There's also a commercial center right next to it. Grand Bees is the newest neighborhood out here, with Lennar just finishing up their last phase of homes in 2022. The homes here are larger and have a newer look to them. There are a lot of great amenities here, and some are even shared between Grand Oaks. Now, let's talk briefly about townhomes. There are a variety of options when it comes to townhomes in West Ashley, so it really depends on where you are looking and what you're looking for. You can find some moderately priced townhomes in the 300s, but they're going to be older. On the nicer end, you can expect prices to start in the 400s for a more updated and modern townhome. So there you have it, my top reasons why you might want to move to West Ashley. I just skimmed the surface on what West Ashley has to offer. With one of the best locations in the entire metro and close proximity to the beaches in downtown, it's really hard to beat. A relatively affordable real estate market makes it possible to find what you're looking for, and with great shopping and food options, it's easy to see why people, and myself included, love living here. As always, I would love to be a resource for Charleston real estate. Feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. My information is always in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.